The lottery law. It was raining when she called. Her voice trembled, not from fear, but from excitement. "I won, Daniel," she said. $32 million. The line went quiet after that. The kind of quiet that rearranges everything you thought was solid. I didn't congratulate her. I just listened to the sound of her breathing through the static. 32 million. And then, like a switch had been flipped, she laughed. That laugh, the one she used to give when she was pretending, when she wanted me to believe something. 2 days later, I came home to find my key didn't work. The locks had been changed. Her brother opened the door instead, shirtless, smirking. "Daniel," he said, "you're not supposed to be here anymore." Behind him, she stood, my wife, the same woman I'd built a life with, the same woman who once told me she couldn't breathe without me. Now she looked at me like I was an inconvenience. She didn't say a word, just handed me an envelope. Inside, divorce papers. Dated 3 days before she bought the lottery ticket. Her family laughed from the living room. They laughed like people who'd already decided I was a joke. But I didn't react. I just stood there, letting the rain soak through my suit, the envelope trembling between my fingers. Because I knew something they didn't. Nothing legal is ever truly one-sided. She married me for my firm, for my name, for the security of being Mrs. Daniel Crown, CEO of Crown Legal Group. I knew the pattern long before she thought I did, how she went from clients to partners to me. But I let her play her game, because I wanted to see where her ambition would take her. The lottery wasn't luck, it was timing, a purchase made with our joint funds, using my account. The irony? She'd used a card tied to a property trust under my firm's holding structure, meaning, legally speaking, half of her winnings were traceable to business equity. She didn't know that, not yet. That night, when I slept alone in my hotel room, I replayed her words, her voice on the phone, the artificial joy, the quick laughter, the way she said I instead of we. I remembered her hand on mine during our wedding ceremony, trembling, not from emotion, but calculation. She'd always been waiting for a moment like this. I just didn't realize she thought the moment was hers to control. Her mother called me the next day. "Let it go, Daniel. She doesn't love you anymore. She's happy now. You should move on." Move on. The words tasted like metal in my mouth. I said nothing, just hung up and looked out the window at the city I built my name in, the city that had made me ruthless enough to survive everything except her. Until now. Because in law, betrayal is never the end. It's only discovery. I started small, quietly. A property audit, a forensic review of joint accounts, the kind of investigation my firm did for clients hiding assets during divorce proceedings. Except this time, the client was me. Every transaction, every transfer, every gift she'd made to her family after the lottery, it all flowed through a single financial artery. And that artery belonged to me. I had set it up years ago to protect the firm from external seizure. She never asked where the money came from, just spent it. Her ignorance was my evidence. I didn't sleep much during those weeks. I'd lie in the dark, listening to the rain hit the window, imagining her laughter echoing in that house I paid for, imagining them all celebrating, thinking I was gone. But revenge doesn't come from anger. It comes from discipline. I built a case the way a surgeon dissects a tumor, slowly, precisely, knowing every cut had to be perfect. Through an old friend at the bank, I traced the ticket purchase. The payment was logged under Crown Holdings expense account, an account reserved for real estate investment, not personal spending. Legally, it was firm capital, meaning every cent of her fortune fell under fiduciary trust ownership. I had her. But I didn't move yet. I wanted her to feel safe first. I wanted her to believe she'd escaped me. Because nothing breaks a manipulator faster than realizing their game was never theirs to begin with. The courtroom smelled of polish and arrogance. She walked in wearing white. pure irony. Her family sat behind her, whispering, laughing. Her lawyer tried to meet my eyes but couldn't hold them. I didn't bring anyone, no entourage, no sympathy, just a black briefcase and silence. When the judge asked if I had a counterclaim, I stood and handed over a folder. Inside were 6 documents. 1, the property trust deed. 2, the financial audit. 3, the purchase record of the ticket. 4, the tax filings. 5, the transfer trail. The notarized statement linking the funds to Crown Holdings' operating account. Her lawyer's face paled. Her laughter stopped. I watched realization spread across her features like frost. She turned toward me, her eyes wet, but not from regret, from fear. I didn't smile. The judge spoke calmly. Mr. Crown, according to this documentation, the lottery purchase was made using funds belonging to your corporation. Therefore, the winnings are considered part of the corporate asset base. A pause. Meaning, she didn't own a cent. Her family went silent. The same ones who laughed when they threw me out. Now they stared at her like she was the punchline. I just stood there, hands in pockets, watching everything she'd stolen unravel in real time. She mouthed something at me across the courtroom, a whisper I didn't care to read. It didn't matter. She'd already said enough. After the hearing, she followed me outside. Rain again, like the universe wanted symmetry. "Daniel, please, you can't do this," she said. Her voice cracked. Her mascara ran. The white dress no longer looked pure, just soaked and ruined. I turned to her. "You did it to yourself." She shook her head. You knew all along." I did. The words felt like steel leaving my mouth. She stepped closer, desperate. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just wanted freedom." I cut her off. "You have it now." She reached for my arm. I stepped back. Her brother stood by the car, watching. He wasn't laughing anymore. I took out a document and handed it to her. Her final notice: eviction. The house deed had always been under my firm's name. Everything, every brick, every luxury, every illusion was mine again. She looked at the paper like it was a death sentence. Maybe it was. "Where will I go?" she whispered. I looked past her, at the courthouse, at the life she thought she'd stolen. "Anywhere you want," I said. "Just not where I am." Then I walked away. I didn't look back. Because revenge doesn't need an audience. It just needs closure. The city feels quieter now. Sometimes I pass by that old house. Lights off, curtains drawn. A monument to everything false. She disappeared from the headlines eventually. The lottery queen turned ghost. My firm tripled in value after the case. Investors loved the story. The CEO who turned betrayal into law. But I didn't feel victorious. Not exactly. More like vacant. Because once you win, there's nothing left to protect. No illusions. No warmth. Just silence. I still keep the envelope she handed me that night. The divorce papers, wrinkled from the rain. Not as a reminder of her, but of the moment I stopped being naive enough to believe in love unbound by power. In the end, she won the lottery. But I kept the law. And the law never loses. Some people gamble for money. Others gamble with hearts. She forgot. I write the rules.